let's get started. Okay, this is someone's blog they shared with me within the course of the week. That's why you're looking at it. But of course, first of all, let me go to domain name registration. OneCloud. Okay, so if you do not have a domain, please do register for a domain. This is how you register for your domain name. Okay, so let me get all this things of my screen. So let's say my name is Maria A is my name. So mariaa.com. I'm not a robot. So let's see if that is available. Now, let me give you guys some basic background with respect to how you name your site, which I will call best practices. Your domain name can be just about anything you want, but the shorter, the better. And of course, try to see that your domain name is only two syllables. What I mean by two syllables is Facebook, Google, Twitter, Mary, as in two syllables. Two syllables. When you're pronouncing it, it just has how will I call it? Two landing pronunciations. So it makes it easy to remember, it makes it brandable and all the rest of them. So please pay attention to that when you're naming your domain. Don't name your website something too long. The shorter, the better. How short? It could be as short as three alphabets. Could be as short as two alphabets if you're able to get that. And the list goes on. But at least let it be not extensively too long. Okay, like let's use Mary's name for an example here. So if this is your name, you could have your site answer to your full name. But of course, you will agree with me, I can make this shorter by simply saying Mary A. Okay, so if that is not available as you're seeing, someone already has this. Interesting. Let's check the site and actually see uh, what kind of. Whoa, okay. So I'm guessing this is maybe a Chinese or a Korean kind of site. Translate. Try again. So you said? Oh, it's a Russian site. Ooh. Okay. So this is a Russian site. Okay, so that's nice. All right, so since that is not available, let's check a Mary. I hope this is available because if this is available, I will buy this domain. No, 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 no. Please be available. It's also not available. Interesting. All right, let's see what the site looks like. Hmm. Okay. I'm guessing this is most likely also a Russian site, and this is a blog even. Okay, so anyway, I hope you guys get the drift. As much as possible, ensure that your site's name is at least two syllables and is something that is easily pronounceable. I know in this part of the world we have wonderful names. Our names can be. Try not to use your. Okay, you could use your native name if your native name is easily pronounceable and it is also not extensively too long. Like, okay, so let's see someone here that we can use this name to check if, okay, so Kaya, Kaya, oh, okay, so let's see this. Let's see. This might most likely be available. Ah, somebody has taken it. Oguns, you are in trouble. Somebody has taken the name I was thinking we can use for you. All right, so good trouble. Anyway, I hope you guys understand the drift. So ensure that the name you're using is relatively short. Uh, so, okay, in fact, we could say, something just came to my head. So let's check on this name and see if it's available. Maria. Also not available. Interesting. Why is all the good names already taken? Okay, so let's check for H. O'Brien. Okay, this better be available. This is serious matter. Everybody's wonderful name that I wanted here is not available. Okay, interesting. Brian H. Let's see. So you basically just look up for names that is, it could be your name, could be your sister's name, your father's name. Use something that is about you, that is your own brand. Create a brand for yourself and stick to it. Okay, someone bought that domain and packed it. So, okay, so I Ibrahim, also not available. Hmm. Oh, okay, okay, for life. Well, okay, so we have a name that it's available. 7,003 for a year. So we'll buy the domain by adding it to our cart and we go to checkout. And okay, so we do not have a hosting, so we need to click on I want to add hosting to it. Now your domain name is the name in itself. Now that domain name needs to sit somewhere, which is a hosting. So basic hosting will just do fine, which is just 600 naira for a month. So I think that should be like around how much is that for? Yeah. So okay, so for a year cost you 6,000 naira for a year. So okay, so okay, let's just do this. Okay, so we've added hosting to our domain name. We don't need to change anything here. So we simply go to checkout. So we have our hosting, we have our domain name all put together should cost us pretty much 13,000, let me say 13,400. Okay, so that's what this is costing us. So meaning you have this website active for a whole year, including your domain name. So you put in all your necessary own information here and all the rest of it. So your account is then now created for you, and you pay. You do your payment with your say ATM card. Let me see if I have static information here. Okay, so I'll pre-populate with some certain information. I create a password that will allow me to log into the account when the email, when the domain is set up. And you hit on checkout. No, I don't want to do anything. Oh, okay. The email is already taken. Okay, so let's see. Let me create an interesting email here. Okay, so I think I have another email here. So you hit on checkout. Oh, that is also taken. So let's see what other emails do I have here. Okay, so let me just create something. Let's say this is our email and we hit on complete the other. Oh, password. What did I do to the password? Okay, I didn't confirm. So you provide it with the necessary information. If there's an additional note you want, you could put it here. Your additional note in this case could be something as simple as I would want my website to be set up for me as an additional thing that can be to my domain. You could make that request. Are we in the same place? I think I got disconnected temporarily. So uh, let me go back to my share screen. Okay, sorry, I got disconnected temporarily. I hope everybody can still hear me. Please indicate if you can hear me. Okay, good. All right, so I believe this is where we left off. Okay, so it's asking me to confirm my password. So I'll just simply create a password that I want. This password will enable me to be able to log into my account to manage it. And I can say complete registration order. Okay, so, and the order goes through. And of course, this is where you pay. Okay, so let's say I'm acquiring this domain at this junction. I'll just do a transfer to this account and instantly the platform gets the payment, and in like about some few minutes I'm able to have my domain active. That is if I want to do instant transfer, which simply means money is confirmed in 30 minutes. If I want to do a bank transfer, I can choose which of the bank I want, and the bank, my own account, 10 digits to instruct the debit to it. Or I can simply use my ATM card to do this, or also use a USSD code to do that. So, but of course, I know most people will often work off their ATM card or bank transfer, as the case may be. So that gets done. The moment you do that, if you're using this format, you tell it payment send, the system will confirm and you're done. So the moment you're done, you get to be able to log into your account. And from this point, this is where you, okay, so I go to account details. Okay, so like this is my account, so I can go to customer area. If my domain is already active, I will see the services here and the domain name here. And I'm able to click on the services, which will now be my hosting. And I start installing WordPress into my site, or if I've requested for the WordPress to be installed, it can also already be installed, and you can continue from that point to be able to now set up your site. I believe in one of our last classes we did that together. But of course, at this junction, if anybody still has a challenge with that, do let us know so that we can see how we can provide you additional support with that to get you going. So, are we clear before I move forward? Can I go ahead? Are we clear, people? Everyone is quiet. Are you getting me? Okay. Also, I was made to understand that people often keep quiet in the class because they are trying to record. No problem. No matter how rough these classes are, we'll also make the class available we'll push it onto the YouTube channel once we're done with this session. So, okay, let's get into, if you're using OneCloud for your hosting, The moment in that place where you saw earlier that has note for additional information and for the pace of this, uh, yes, your website can be set up for you instantly. So, but of course, let's go to one of the websites we were working with earlier. Okay, so the site. I'm very sure so many of us who've been part of this classes that we've been having, you should by now be already familiar with the site. So once the website is set up, it will look empty. There won't be articles on it. And so logging into your website will simply be your domain name / WP admin. So it brings up the admin interface where you're able to log in. If you already own a website which is WordPress based, this should be familiar to you. If you're in this class and you do not have a website at this junction, you can reach out. Let's try and see how we can get you up and running with your own website. But of course, if you already have your website, fantastic. That is the best way to go. If you need help with your website, we can also deal with that. If your website is also not monetized, let us know. We'll try and see what to do to your site to get you monetized so that you start taking advantage of earning money from Google AdSense and showing you how to do all that. Okay, so this is the basic admin interface of your WordPress site. If you don't want your WordPress site to flick up all this plenty kind of information, you can come to this menu up here and uncheck all this plenty informations that is here. There's some I like to always leave open. So it will collapse all the rest of it and stuff. So I like to always watch what's happening to my analytics. That's something I like to pay attention to. So, all right. Okay, the site is saying update. Okay, so yes, fine. If you want your site to also earn up to 25% more than just Google AdSense, let me know. We'll try and also see how to set you up with the service to enable that you're able to do that. All right, so okay, so we get into our site, and of course, I believe I've also taught us, but of course, for those that might be joining us for the first time and you are not aware, once your site is installed and you want it to start looking nice and ready for content creation, you need to put in what is often called as a website theme. So you come on that theme. So the theme I recommend that you use is simply called GeneratePress. And to install GeneratePress, you simply just come on to add new. WordPress will show you all these nice themes and all the rest of them. Just type here GeneratePress. So it will show up here and you will see install. In this case, it's already installed. That's why it's showing you activated grayed out. And that is what is responsible for the site looking this way. I prefer the site looking this way because it has been proven to be very fast and very good with ads revenue and all the rest of them. Straight to the point, clean and decent. All right, so uh, let's go to publishing our content on our site. So yes, fine. I will show us some couple of things in this series in this section so that everybody gets the benefit of the questions they've asked repeatedly. If you want to sell your books on your site as well, which is something very good and important that you should do, what you need to do is come to plugin under your website, click on add-on, add new, and if I just come to popular, once you come to popular, scroll down and look for this plugin, WooCommerce. This will enable you to sell things on your site, anything you like to sell. If you want to sell wig, you want to sell food, you want to sell chains, you want to sell shoes, anything you want to sell, you can enable your site to be able to do that. So Once you click on install now, the next button will now activate and show you activate. So you click on activate, meaning I want this function to sell active on my site. So once you click on activate, give it some few seconds and it will be active on your site. Then it will come up with this interface asking you questions about where's your location. So I can say my location is Nigeria, Abuja, give it any state you want and all those necessary details. If you're if you're linking it to MailChimp, which of course I don't do, so I'll tell you ignore all this. Uh, Setup details, skip. I know I want to set it up. It's asking you to subscribe for newsletters from WooCommerce. I'm not interested. If you are interested, check yes for that. It's asking you what kind of things are you selling on your site or do you want to sell on your site. I could want to sell fashion accessories, health and beauty, computer electronics, drinks and beverages, home and furnishing, garden, e-learning materials, and all the rest of them. So I could say I want to sell e-learning materials. If what I want to sell is not enlisted here, you could click on others and it will tell you to put in the name and describe it. So I think I'll just leave this for now and I'll tell this, so continue. It tells me, okay, so are my product physical product or they are downloadable product? So I could say they're downloadable product. You could still come back and add any additional thing if it is subscription product. With this function, you're also even able to use your site to sell things like let's see, Nigerian recharge card, electricity, and all the rest of them. All those kind of stuff you can do that with your site here. So I'll just click on continue. Okay, so how many product do I want to sell on my site? I could tell it I don't know yet, or I know. This doesn't stop anything, but it's just trying to do a preemptive thing. So, do you sell any other place else? No, I only want to sell on my site. Even if you sell on Amazon, you could still say, no, I just want to sell on my site. So I tell it continue. Do you want me to change your template? No, don't recommend. I'm not interested in any recommendation. These are the things it will install on my site. Some of all these things can be useful, but personally for me, they are annoying. I don't need them. I don't use them. So I'll tell it continue. Then this is the theme I'm using. So I'll tell it yes, continue with my theme and layout. So right now it brings me to my site. So automatically my site now has a space to be able to sell stuff. So how do I add my books or my services to my site? I simply do that by coming to product. If I want to see all the product I've added, I'll click on all product. And if I have product already, I'll tell it, I will see the list here that I have product already. And since I don't have any product, that's why this table is empty. If I want to add the product, I'll simply say add, create a product. So I will give my product a name, dismiss. I'll give my product a name, give it a basic description. For SEO purpose, I'll give the title of my book, give it a slug, which is the URL, have a basic description, then put in if it's a virtual product, maybe like a service. Since, for instance, Mary writes for she writes for pay, so I could have that as a virtual service. And okay, so like for instance, Mary writes and get paid. How much do you get paid for an article, Mary?
Yeah, it depends on the number of words. Sometimes I do 5 naira per word.
5 naira per
Five
word.
naira per word.
3 naira.
Yeah.
Okay, so so let's say Okay, so let's say we want okay, so let me do this. Professional blog content writing. I can describe it. I give it a short description. The focus keyword is content writing. The slug can also be content writing. I give a detailed description. It's a virtual thing. They don't touch it. That's why it's virtual. So I could say I'm being paid, let's say 1,000 naira. Okay, so description could be professional blog content writing for 1,000 words. I hope I'm correct. And yep, so that's it. Then I'll create a category for it. I can say my category is content writing, and I'll press enter so that it shows up here and it's selected. Then I can look for an image that will represent writing. So I think this represents writing. And so the image will show up here, and I can publish. So let's publish this. I'll delete it later. But such that we get a feel of what it looks like. Okay, so once that is available, which is what it is you're seeing here. So if I check on my store right now, I have a product called Professional Blog Content Writing, 1,000 naira. Professional blog content writing, 1,000 words. So anyone can add it to their cart right now and pay, and I attach my banking details to it and I get the payment. So this is how you add either a book or anything at all, product or services, to your site. That's simple. Okay, but first of all, I want to do keyword research on what I should sell on my site or what I should write about on my site. So I'll go to the good old trusty Captain Google. And all right, so I'll come to Professor Google. Okay, just a minute. I'm supposed to join another class in a bit. Okay, here, okay. Whoa. Jish. Okay. Okay, no problem. I'm just being notified I have another class in a bit. Okay, so where is that? Okay, so no problem. Let me just close up this. Okay, so I'm back here. So good old Professor Google. I'll tell Google keyword planner. Yes, my class. All right, so Google Keyword Planner. In my case, you can just simply follow the link and it takes you there. I already have Google Keyword Planner in my browser, so I'll just go straight there. May fail to deliver sender. Okay, no problem. Okay, so I click on this and I want to write about, say, let's even say this is what I want to search for. And my focus is, let's say, Nigeria. So I'll tell it search. Google will return to me what are the possible and it will give me ideas. So if I'm writing about this, Google already tells me 0 to 10 people are the ones searching for it. So I wouldn't look for this. It's telling me you better work with this. More people are searching for it. So I will tell it, okay, give me that as one of the word. So it add that into my list and give me additional lengthy word of list. So I have more words now to add to my content. Blog writing service is also something similar. In our last class, I did make mention that ensure you have at least 10 words here in all this. Give it up to 10 variants of the same thing you're trying to write. It helps Google understand your context better so that you get better results and you're able to pull up all this. So what you're looking for is you need to make sure that it has a high search volume. And often there are not people who tell you also make sure that the competition is low. This is not the way I check for competition because the information here is actually what Google is saying here is different. So let's say I want content writing. So what I'll do is to know if I want to write on this, I'll pick this and I'll open Google in its Google search and I'll type in content writing. Now you can see this. The moment the number here is above a million, I will run away from this keyword. I don't want any keyword that more than a million people have they've written contents on. I want something lower. This is about 5 billion, 300 and some 350 million content already exists concerning this. So I'll run away from this. I would look for other words. Mr. Sophobi Zone or something. Yeah, all right. Afternoon. So I would avoid any keyword that the search result shows more than a million. I always avoid those. Otherwise, you write and it will take forever before your article shows up. So that is the one thing you need to pay attention to. We will drill more into advanced keyword research tomorrow class, which is 4 to 5 p.m. So please do not join the class alone. Ensure you have 5 people to join you and so that we can help other people as we get helped ourselves. Thank you. I think I'll stop this class at this junction. This is already 3 p.m. I need to jump into another training. So if you have any questions, please kindly drop them onto the platform. This video also will be posted to the YouTube channel. So please do watch it, share it, like it, so that we can get better. Thank you all. I need to get into another class.